I don't think it's mean-spirited, probably not. Yeah. Hey. Looking up and see if there's a version. Oh, it was on an island. Hello. Alright. I was looking up to see if there was a version of this on Let's Play right now, New World Order. I was seeing if there was a version of it in Danganronping 2, or Super Danganronping 2, which is what Danganronping 2 is called. And there is, but it's just this version over again. They didn't remix that one. Anyway, let's start the final class trial. I guess I'm the first one this time. You're early, Makoto.
Listen.
Does that mean you feel prepared? Yeah, for now at least. But with everyone else, why aren't they here yet?
However...
Don't worry, I'm sure they'll be here soon. And just like she said... Give me one moment, I have to pull up the guide for this. Because it has been a long time since I've done this, and I don't remember any of this. And a lot of this stuff has just a bunch of nonsense with it. So give me a moment. I need to stop what I was doing with the game I was playing and open up a walkthrough. Get to listen to this. Well, yeah. We can start the next one tomorrow if you wish. Okay, I just need to get down to the trial section. Okay, here we go. Alright, buddy. Byakuya Togami. Byakuya. Byakuya? They arrived one after another, but they were all in the same state of shock. Silence, and it wasn't any normal silence. It was the deafening silence of fear, suspicion. It was like the first class trial.
You called for me, and so I appear.
I'm late.
Oh, I'm on fire.
Okay.
Yes.
Now listen, everything would be fine if you leave it to me. With my scissors up to this. Okay, shut up. No human language can describe the disappointment I'm feeling right now. Top tier line. Fuhu, is everyone here? All right, on gloomy ghost faces, I see.
Well now.
Well then, let's begin.
Thrills, chills, kills!
That's fine.
You're right, this is one of the times we fail.
Unbelievable. Today, I'm
Stop talking. In the nick.
Everyone's all silent, it's weird.
Hey. However. So...
What the fuck? Alright. Oh, I skipped through all of that by accident. Like, I saw my motivation was the opening. Step after step was like gaping maw. I resolved that this would be the last time. I repeated myself that there was no fear, no mystery left. I pulled the anxiety down, calm my trembling body, and finally, on steady leg, I passed the threshold from the elevator. The final time it's ever gonna go down. Without warning, it began to descend deeper and deeper, 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 deeper still, deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, deeper and deeper it fell. How many times do you want me to say the word, game? I closed my eyes and sight fell away. All sound too disappeared. Alone in the universe, I waited for the elevator doors to open for the last time. What could have been seconds or centuries later, I felt the gentle vibration of the elevator coming to an end. I slowly opened my eyes. This is the final trial site? What do you think? Isn't this the perfect background for deciding someone's person's fate? It's the long-awaited last stage, the always exciting final boss battle. For who? And I'm gonna sit in on this one. I'll just sit right here in this vacant 16th seat.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Well then, let's begin. Yes. Alright, this is it. This is the last one. Kinda.
Since this will be the final class trial, I've come up with a special rule. So listen, if you can figure out Mukuro's killer and go on to solve the mystery of this school, you guys win. But if then and of course, waiting for the
Are you saying that if you...
Yep.
And that's final?
Of course not.
Never mind all that.
Oh, you're...
Is the mastermind only one person? Don't bother. You're all the mastermind, aren't you? You're all out to get me. I'm right, aren't I?
Alright, your boy is fucking stupid.
You guys have all been working together, haven't I? have evidence.
So Hey, you stole my... You're all out to get me. I have evidence of my...
What a coincidence. Evidence that proves everyone other than me.
What? This doesn't make any sense. How can the three of us
Each have that kind of evidence?
No, that's wrong.
Well,
It's not just you three. I have evidence too.
What?
The evidence you're all referring...
Well, yeah. Huh? With the picture you have, I'm in... But that can't be right. See? I'm the only one not in it.
first off, this is an incredibly cool picture. That's a neat picture.
Hero,
Okay, but...
Also kind of a cute picture. Oh my god, come on.
so the secret in these pictures has been
Secret or whatever,
But you're the one...
So the whole purpose, the mastermind laid a trap.
Huh? A trap?
The ones who got the
got it.
photos.
In each case. So, in the picture Hina got, she's the only one missing. And in the picture Hero got,
As long as we're talking about it,
in other words, Monokuma gave each of us a group photo in which that person wasn't included.
And when we each saw her pic...
Yeah, I thought...
Listen, it's not directly...
Sure, no
Yeah.
But Byakuya's picture is also a cute picture.
Can you just forget about...
And on top of that...
No.
Yeah! So it's gotta be a fake!
But you know,
Huh?
don't get me wrong, I don't remember taking this picture either. But is that really enough to...
What do you...
Hangman's Gambit is what it's called, excuse me. Obviously the answer is amnesia. How the fuck do you spell amnesia? I figured it out. Okay.
Now I understand.
Does that in less than 10 seconds?
Let's say that somehow we'd all lost our memories. That could explain it, couldn't it?
Oh, I get it. So we all just lost our memories at the same time and forgot about the photo. Makes sense. As if. You expect me to believe such an unbelievable occult-type story?
Yeah. We all lost our memories? That's just crazy.
You got 5, jeez. So,
You're saying we all got spontaneous amnesia? Since when did this turn into some kind of sci-fi?
I promise you, I haven't lost ever since I got to this school. I remember everything that's happened.
you
No,
remember that
that's wrong.
DVD? You remember that DVD though, do you?
Those photos aren't the only thing. This DVD...
You're not gonna show us something.
No. It's a video of all of us.
When you say
I mean,
you lied.
No, it's... The headmaster...
What are you saying?
I didn't imagine you would...
It's not about. You expect me to believe all.
Well, we don't have any way to refute it, so...
How can you say that?
To be honest, I have...
Something else?
You said the What were the
The headmaster sat each of... He asked us if we could accept the idea.
What kind of?
And?
We'd say no!
Actually, y'all... Even me, I heard myself say yes.
Why?
I don't know.
The same go. You don't remember choosing to live here.
It doesn't matter if even if I bought the whole... That's just insane!
Insane or not.
You sure?
I know it sounds absurd.
Indeed.
Then yep. This is all.
And this isn't you stole those specific...
Oopsie.
Of course.
How? Come. If I said it was hypnotism, would you really believe anything?
What matters is figuring out... the interview with the head... There must have been a purpose.
Of course,
You mean the motive?
That has some...
but that part's still a secret. Anyway,
Sorry, don't
I'm
go
sure
fast.
it's not easy, but let's all focus on the class trial for the murder of Mukuro Ikusap.
Okay, so you want us to figure...
So who did it? Who killed?
Whoever did it is the same one who's behind every... That much I'm sure of.
But when you think of is the mastermind really here in the school?
Of course.
Yeah, sorry.
They have to be here somewhere.
What makes you so sure?
What? Exactly. You're just making stuff up. The mastermind is probably a million miles.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, just
There's
let the
no
game speak for
question
itself.
that the mastermind is somewhere within the school.
How do you know? Did you find some evidence or something?
In the back of the data center, I found a panel that controls Monokuma. The mastermind must have been using that to control him all this time, so there can't be any doubt. The mastermind...
There can't be any... In which case, there also...
What?
Recall what Makoto told us So if the mastermind is in the school...
How?
So weird that it's not me!
Well, it's not. I blame was cuz. It's
Oh, I get it!
On.
Wait!
Everyone, calm down. The mastermind's true identity will...
That's a good point. Rather than wasting time bickering...
Yeah, well, how...
He's right. If you want something to talk, we haven't fully established...
Huh?
No. That wouldn't you agree?
I got it! All of the wounds covering her body.
Hey, now hold on a sec. It made it so they can't...
Consider this.
What?
What if, when we if that's true...
That because... Huh? Isn't it obvious?
You're wrong.
She... I'm not weird, okay? Mukuro was the ultimate soldier. She must have been in 100, so when you think about it, obviously...
She got all the...
No, that's wrong.
Her profile said that she never sustained an injury while she was working with Finrail.
No. The file we found in the headmaster. Despite the time she spent in battle after battle when she entered this school...
To be denied so...
Anyway, so we can be sure that Mukuro suffered all those wounds after coming to this school. In which case, they could be the very thing that killed her.
As a matter of fact, it's hard to imagine any other possibility. When examining her body, I found that her stomach and head wounds came after she was already dead.
Unless anyone has any better suggestions, I think we can say this with confidence. The wounds Mukuro sustained all over her body are what ultimately killed her.
But if that's what killed her, then does that mean she's really been dead for who knows how long?
That's exactly what it means. When we found her body in the garden, she'd already been dead for several days.
So then, what about the little matter of what happened last night? Makoto, you said you were If Mukuro had already been, so who was it?
I got it! The one who attacked me was the true When we discovered Mukuro, I naturally assumed, but I was wrong. It wasn't her.
What are you? Oh, don't mind me. Let's start off your assumption that I attacked him. You can't really know the true identity of the man.
So the person that attacked us, we saw their ungloved right hand, and they did not have the Fenrir tattoo, so it could not have been Mukuro.
You never saw their face, so you can't have it. I'm telling you now, it was Mukuro.
You're wrong. There's another part of the attack.
Oh? Is it the right hand? Or the left hand? Maybe or perhaps. Or could it be the hips? You never saw it, so you can't have any idea. I'm telling you now, it was...
No, that's wrong.
Yes. Wow.
Mukuro had a tattoo on her right hand, if I remember correctly. A representation of Fenrir. But I saw the right hand of... And there was no such... So there's no way the person behind the mask was Mukuro.
Yeah, well, but that still doesn't... It could have been...
Hiro, Toko, Hina, and...
Yeah! We were...
Oh, okay, but what about... Uh-oh!
If you insist.
Huh?
What do you think? You're... awful. It happened when I was first...
I thought you did...
If it means we get another... My scar... Makoto.
No.
Then this much has... There can be no...
On top of my sorry.
Not at all.
Sure. As long as it means... Because if you haven't known...
That's true.
On the contrary.
You're not going to tell us she was all...
I promise you, with...
Then somehow, she was killed in secret without any of us knowing.
And after she died, Who knows how much time went by before we found her, right? Did the culprit stash her somewhere?
If she was, she would.
Then she...
But
I got it! Mukuro's body was... That's right. It's the perfect place.
Then you're also saying the
And I have no doubt that...
The top.
I got it! What makes me so sure the body was carried from the biolab to the garden is... the tarp that when I was checking... I noticed that's...
oh, it's
Holy...
Makoto's nitpicky nature.
This proves that... In fact, there's...
So then they simply...
wow. You.
Where's your evidence?
There is no evidence, but you seem to be
Worked up?
now that the conversation, because the key to uncover...
Are you talking?
You see, the...
I don't even know what to guess what could happen. Yeah, it's weird.
I can't.
Such a child.
Hey, by the way,
What?
you're. So what? Your mom. Are they really?
Just calm down, Makoto.
This again.
Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Are you sure about this? That's impossible! Rawr! What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? That's impossible! 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 I'm not listening!
Oh shit. Biolab lights. Come on. Oh, come on.
Rawr! What? What do you want?
Okay.
I'm
Yes.
not listening!
This
The
should
lights.
prove it.
Jesus Christ, I fucked that up.
The inconsistency, Kyo.
What are you talking?
Like I said before. And as part of that, that's where everyone who...
And it was set up so that when a slot...
In other words, if the blue...
But I counted up the number, and there were all...
Why does that matter?
It's 10.
I
yeah.
got it! 10 of the lights should have been on.
That's simple. Just...
Mondo was 5th. Taka was 6th, and Infamy was 7th. Celeste was 8th. Sakura was 9th. And the victim number 10 was Mukuro.
That's right. But according to the light...
You're seeing a dead...
I got it. The map.
But if they wanted to do that... And yet...
Then,
It may very well be.
but if that's,
Including Monokuma's execution. That's the point.
I'm completely lost.
The same person was killed twice.
I got it! What about if... the same person was killed twice?
Huh? Killed twice?
Officially, 10 murders have been committed so far, but one of the victims may have been murdered. And then murdered again.
Murdered and
If that's the case, there could have been...
technically.
Could easily have happened.
Sounds like you're already convinced.
It was Mukuro, of course, before she was killed as Mukuro Ikusaba. She was killed as someone else.
And that's why the body had to be stored in the biolab until the moment we found it in the garden.
No, that's crazy talk. She was killed as someone else? Come on! Besides, who could that
All you have to do is look at those.
Nothing's gonna because Kyoko's Who is this someone else? Was it Sayaka, Maizono, Junko Enoshima, Leon Kuwata?
No.
Chihiro Fujisaki, Mondo, Kiyotaki Fumi, Celestial, or maybe... No, there's no way anyone was murdered twice! Who is this Was it
Sayaka, Junko Enoshima, Leon Kuwata, Chihiro
Mondo, Kiyotaki Fumi, Celestial, or maybe...
No. There's no way anyone was murdered.
No, that's wrong. Junko, wasn't her fatal injury pretty similar to Mukuro's?
What do you mean?
Well, remember she was impaled by a bunch of...
And Mukuro died from a number of wounds across her body. When you compare that to the stab wounds Junko suffered...
Then the similarities match?
Yes, and those are the only fatal injuries that match up. That explains why those two bodies are actually one and the same.
So let me see if I have... Junko, or someone going by that name, was stabbed to death with multiple spears. Then her body was kept in the biolab. Only this time, it was...
It all matches up, right? Those wounds Junko suffered could easily be these same injuries.
Then, it's really true? Mukuro and Junko are the same person? Wait, so then... What does it all mean?
It means that there haven't been 10 victims, but 9, which also means that among the people we thought...
And that's the true identity.
Who is it?
We already know the answer. She took and made it look so total silence. The body we found in the garden, it wasn't Mukuro.
No, that's wrong. No. The body we found, the body's appearance and measure, right, Kyoko?
She was 5 foot. Everything in her profile is...
And then there's the matter of the
But...
Here's my answer. Junko is still alive. It's the only possibility.
Are you
Huh?
I admit, since Mukuro is undoubtedly dead, Junko does seem to be the only other explanation. But we saw her get... If Junko were still alive... But you yourself can...
She was dead.
So...
It must be...
Then...
I know you get...
This case hasn't been decided. You haven't given...
No!
That's all well and good. Junko absolutely died.
Then both of them are dead!
I think we... Let's assume Junko is...
I am glad. Oh, fucking come off of it. Oh my god, stop. Okay, thank you.
Now I understand. That's it. What switch? That's right. Before specifically,
Then that would make it Mukuro.
which is why the body's height and
I don't know. That had to be June.
Yeah, you're... Right when she was, about...
Good point. So maybe they'll...
I got it. The two of them.
What?
Yes, from the. If that's when they switch, then they wouldn't have had to switch. After all, the one we saw at that point would have already been moved.
Hold on. Was actually Mukuro all along?
Then I had like a normal...
When we first met, none of us... So Mukuro could have simply told us her name was Junko. And we never would have known the difference. That would easily allow the
Wait, but Junko never had any...
She could have hidden it if she did. It likely melted away in the explosion. Plus, there were the fake They were the same fake red nails she was wearing when we all met for the first time. But... Correct. Even if there was... So I'm glad nobody noticed, but too bad for you, Mon.
Wait, so...
If that's true, it was...
The reason such an elaborate...
So Mukuro, in other words...
What's wrong?
I think he's just...
Afraid? Fear is only possible where hope is possible. I only have despair, so fear is an alien concept to me.
Then why haven't you been saying anything?
Because it's a bunch of nonsense.
Then why did you try and
I tried to When did I?
Shoot!
Oh, come on. I misremembered it's the interview DVD.
I got it! While I was in the AV room. You made sure I couldn't finish is because you...
Oh, yeah!
And if Mako... It would have been total...
That whole
Can we finish this? Finish what?
What? What do you want?
Should be able to, yeah.
What? What do you want? Are you sure about this? You're getting all riled up! That's impossible! That's impossible!
Like,
This
we have
should
to
prove it.
separate what?
The video wasn't the only thing you tried. I noticed it just in all the photos.
What?
Probably. No, we should be able to.
I got it! Junko, the one thing It's hard to believe her face would just... And on top of that, so in other words, with all that in mind, there's no... Which is why you had to... Because if we could have seen her... That the Junko in the pictures wasn't the Junko that we knew.
Xanadu!
I believe everything with Junko and Mukuro.
So she killed Mukuro is still...
And she's the...
Xanadu times 2!
With this, the identity...
No! Don't bother. There's no more room for... I'll prove everything. Right now!
Closing argument. Then it's the knife, yeah.
The killer is... you! We met the ultimate fact, but that was... The girl we saw before us was... And that... But it wasn't long before Junko and... Her body until Junko...
What?
Junko dragged the body out of the biolab, using the... She fabricated the murder to try... Meanwhile, she wanted us all to think Mukuro was still alive, and hiding somewhere inside the school.
What?
So she put on a mask. After making Then she put the same mask on Mukuro's body.
Oh, okay.
This was all to make us think the person she wanted us to believe. Finally, by strapping a bomb to... She needed to hide the... She had to make sure we... This is the truth, and the one who... The real That's the whole story behind this incident. Well, what do you have to say to that?
Let me get my charger because my phone's fixing to die. Can't have that.
What? Are you broken again?
You can't get out.
Come on!
It's not like you're... Give it up, Junko.
Oh, did you really think the story would end once we reached the climax of the case? Wrong!
We have been waiting so very long for peasants like you to appear. If you swear your fealty to us, we've even drawn up the deed already. We will grant you... Have you made your choice? Will you serve under us?
Oh, did you think I was being serious? Sorry, I was just messing with you. It's been so long since I've had an audience. Even I'm not sure what kind of role I'm supposed to play. Anyway, having to play Monokuma, it was like I was stuck in purgatory. Or like a slow suicide. I get bored so easy, you know? Huh? What's wrong with my beautiful face?
I feel like...
I got it! That's right! And...
Wow, you...
So I was then what you...
Sometimes a little lie is necessary.
That explains why she didn't quite seem the same.
I'm me. She tried her best. But there's just no way two people can never become one as long as the walls of mind and body exist. Not even if they're twins. I know, it's such a cliche. So basically, Mukuro, the older sister, tough and proud.
Me! Junko fucking Enoshima! And together, we were the Despair Sisters! AKA the ultimate despair—
Whoa!
Like I said, I get but it— Oh, that again? Maybe it's new to your dumb ass? But just make up whatever answer you want, I don't get— And for reasons deeper—
Well, for my plan to work, someone had to be able to control the killing game from the so-called mastermind. But after looking at the situation, because naturally, leaving me behind to run off, so I decided to play the role of— I could have let her work alongside me. Besides, of course, the fact that she had what I call it was atrociously clear. Meanwhile, my ultimate and that's sadly her inability to— She was nothing more than a bit player, being the utter disappointment that which is precisely why I well, no.
I've never been a stickler for following up. If I planned everything out and you just— So, I changed things.
In other words, just as when Mukuro...
So, you figured it out. Well, you're right. But she did teach you all of it.
How can you talk? You sacrificed—
What? I said— Jeez. We were the ultimate despair. No, I felt despair when I was born. So that's why for us, we're just those kind. We've always been filled.
So you just murdered— That's not true. We were twins. That's why it gets— Killing my precious— That act is filled with so— It's like super.
What the hell is wrong with you?
And my sister, after all. She must have died feeling so— I'm so—
I knew you couldn't be just—
Turning your own despair into some kind of fetish.
Like, genocide Jim?
You're saying I don't compare to— So I'm the hopeless—
No. I don't think that—
Yeah, Master—
What did you just—
You haven't even—
Are you talking—
You've already solved this, mister. Maybe you should solve—
Damn straight, and then—
Alright!
When the group—
I got it!
No fit!
Your brains are like sponges. All the memories you lost.
I got it! You're talking about the—
So you do remember it was stupid of me to— So then, did you notice that each— Yep, you got— When Sayaka was murdered—
I got it! The driving force behind the motive you presented us with at that point was human connections.
Ding ding, each video showed the total destruction of your— For example, I ruined all those relationships. It was to motivate your desire to escape, but still—
You're the one that did—
Yes, well—
For the second murder, it was the past.
I got it! It was—
Yay! Embarrassing. And the whole reason—
So?
Relax. So?
Was greed.
I got it! It was money.
Seek into— Goddamn straight it was money! Celeste, her greed led to all—
What's the point?
Now, can you—
Betrayal.
I got it! In her case—
Precise. Once I revealed— Anyway,
But what's the point?
Relationships? These are all pretty standard motives.
But of course, in fact, they compel humans to this is what we
see,
just as water, air, and food, and that nourishment. Two sides of the same coin, divided by a razor-thin line.
How much longer? Weren't we discussing our—
If you would listen, you would see what I'm trying to say is... You see, by of course that hope merely exists.
How could taking—
And plus, you haven't—
Is that so? The mere fact—
What are you talking about?
If none of you wanted to escape, that is why we took your memory.
The only reason we want to leave is...
Which means if we did have our
What?
But it's not enough. I put so much effort into so, just like Crazy Eddie slashing his prices. Huh?
Then
Okie dokie. I'd like for you.
You mean the...
So something...
Now are you interested in what? See your face. Behold! This is the outside world.
What?
Dangerous.
What are you talking?
What?
This is a scene. What you just saw. That world is locked away within the memories that were taken. If you can't remember.
I don't remember. For the final. Come on, bitches! Remember or what the fuck happened now?
You want us to remember? When it comes to that crazy, confusing video, I don't understand it.
What's the meaning of the footage we saw? Is this another one of your practical jokes?
I mean, you're telling us to remember, but what am I supposed to be remembering? If
nobody
can remember anything.
No, that's wrong. Actually, the other Toko.
What?
The two of them share
I see. Then even if one personality...
What do you say?
Are you... No!
Toko,
dun, da, da, da.
Boy.
I'm going to ask you a question. Do you know anything?
Huh?
The video that's...
Who the hell?
Oh.
Oh, nice.
That's enough!
Aye, aye.
Yeah, it's long. It's a long one.
Well?
I don't have a... Of course it...
Then you remember?
Of course I...
So you didn't lose...
Then why didn't... I only answer questions when someone... Oh my god.
More importantly,
Huh?
the trap.
Oh no! You're...
Just answer.
Well, I can't really say if it happened, but it was the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history.
Why is that phrase?
Because it's all because of that What is? Are you serious?
Is...
The world's been destroyed.
Destroyed?
Explain yourself.
Copy that? Okay, so this big, awful, tragic event, it was so big and so... I guess you could... But it was more on the level of a... Either way, there's no... And as a result... The world turned out the way it did.
That's all there is to it?
Well, it just so happened Miss Moreau saw it all play out in real time.
We already did, and she didn't know...
Okay, whatever happened, the end justifies the means. The world has ended.
How could...
Calm down. Every living person will be dead in 100 years anyway.
Oh, come on.
Well, it's the story of the Tagami Corporation.
What?
I'm glad to see you bit into it like...
Hey! So, what do you think happened to the Tagami family?
I mean, I just guess it fell.
Correct.
But
I just got so fucking bored. Even if you're wrong, eventually you...
So, no matter what you...
But do you think it might be...
Anyway, like...
What?
I can confirm that his entire family has died.
Stop with the...
Stop! You must learn your place, peasant.
They couldn't possibly be gone. The Togami family is destined to guide the war.
Hell, there is no world.
hold on. There's no... I mean... If some kind... Then how do you explain...
Mistaken.
Well, it sounds like you think... Well, a few... Ooh, I get it. You're... Huh? Well, I mean, you got...
I understand why you... And the truth is, everything is cause and effect. So, what are the
Come now, and...
I got it! If we accept, then we've all lost our—
Nope. Nope. Seriously?
We've lost 2.
That's right. And that entire...
I don't remember the last— That—
2 years worth of memories. I could never lose something like that.
We've been living here for 2 years? Hell no! That's impossible! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
This is all just surreal.
Plus, if 2 years have passed, how freaking old am I?
Everyone's so conflicted. 2 years? I could never lose.
We've been living here for— Hell no! I mean, I haven't gone to any awesome school. Heck, I've never even gone to a single class!
No, that's wrong. Hero, there's this notebook.
Huh?
I found it in the— If you don't—
Sure, whatever you want.
Wuzza!
It's kinda— What the— This is but how— No!
It looks like you actually— But somehow—
Lie!
I don't want to believe it, but there's also... And it's mine. But just like...
And the reason...
After seeing all the evidence,
Isn't it just so desperately shit, man?
2 years of school life? How many fun classes? And on top of that, the biggest right before you absorb. And once you... Oh. And there's...
Actually, no.
What?
Everyone always talks. This world is just so...
What are you talking?
In a way, to give yourself...
Yeah, so
Figure out—
Figure out where you're...
I got it! Moment I lost my memory. When I first came to the gate, when I passed out,
wow, you
Yeah.
still have enough spirit to keep on talking, huh? So I don't know much about the details,
Alright.
but it's... And your sense of time got all... I guess it must have been...
after I passed, I assume not my—
The reason it felt so
You got it, huh?
When everyone met... Unaware of this fact,
But by that point, we'd all...
Yeah.
That's what those photos...
You were all such close... And it was all... What...
You're the one who said things—
I love you all.
What?
Once you're... It's only natural that...
So, since I'm all about the idea, we... Let's go back in time, back to when everyone first came to this... school life during that first year. Oh boy. Everyone was enjoying themselves.
but that couldn't last forever, of course. Because after that, an event... The biggest... All too soon, the world's day... And as you can imagine, the tragedy even made its way...
What? The most tragic event in human... I can't believe it's... Was it some kind of organization?
You have a point. It was none of those. Despair is contagious, you know. Everyone... And now the entire world...
In other words, if you see...
I just don't...
We didn't ask you to try to understand.
Okay, Hope's Peak had taken the members of the 78...
And then, now pay attention. So guess what? To protect... That's right.
Now, someone... Do any of you...
I got it! He could only... He wanted to turn the school to protect... That's to say that we were...
We believe he had some... If you, the collective...
Yeah.
And because... That's why we all...
But create... He had no idea that... So what was the... Became a case...
By the way, it was you yourself, under the headmaster's direction.
You mean
and then you forgot all about it.
Once you'd finished building your little... And...
Me and Mukuro had come here.
That moment where you all began...
And the only reason you
only let us live?
Why?
Because this was rather... It was a myth.
What are you saying?
Well, it was so I thought I should show...
Now I understand. You're talking about you hijacking the airwaves, aren't you?
Uh-huh. That's exactly what I'm talking about. To show the world the murders taking place at this school, which was meant to be a symbol of...
That was the whole point of the ultimate despair. The world watched as you despair is...
By the way, since...
But utilizing the heavy weaponry, I have to think they were a relentless... But in the end...
So you just used us? To bring to...
Well, sure, but I...
Give and take?
And there's a reason I chose you guys to survive. I mean, we built a...
Sorry, that's a lie.
And that's the truth. Which is what you solved the myth.
Don't tell me.
And if we did, our final desire for creating... If you were bold enough to solve them, how would you
See?
This truth can be full of...
Not to mention... I mean, with the...
Meaningless? We've been murdering... And think about it.
We weren't just random strangers.
We get it. You're totally awesome, right? So help us!
A peasant begging for...
But I'm so... All I want is... And since there's no argument, no
Wait, hold on. But there's no...
Huh?
You say the world, so I don't...
Until you see it. In other words, you're not if so...
Are you saying you won't accept... Well, you better not. Trust me.
I refuse for this sake.
Huh? What are you talking about?
I didn't kill anyone.
And that's all it took for...
That's why... And
say what you want about hope.
Hell yeah!
No! It's murder! You stole our memories. It's all...
You certainly have a talent for passing, but we don't have much time left.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about the vote. Oh, and also...
What?
You guys so full... I've decided to... If even one of you... I'll consider that a win.
Even if it...
Oh, but don't...
Even if you don't, you still...
It's okay.
Oh, you'll have to stay here too.
You mean...
We'd have to just...
She's saying she'll let us...
If you're not happy with that...
Enter a world fallen...
What?
Wait a sec! I'm dying of old age is... So, here's what'll happen.
What?
Do you mean to say?
And I get to Makoto!
Yeah, you've been acting...
So let me make this if a single person votes for Hope to be punished, then only Makoto will receive...
If, on the other hand...
I will force you out.
What I'm saying is...
What? Don't you have...
No!
It's okay. It would seem...
It's so beautiful.
Besides...
What?
I mean, the headman... That's why the least you can do is try to...
Kyoko!
One person's despair is enough to...
So, who do you think's gonna...
No one. We're not...
So boring. Well, that's fine.
It's time for the fight. And you're...
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die...
That would be the end of hope.
Don't lose hope now.
All my fortune-telling... But to live, so even if it's hard, I want to keep on living. So that's why... No matter... The whole
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end.
I've decided...
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the air. If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all... Meh. All of you will have to... You'll have to go into the world outside. So, will you just die?
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die...
That would be the end.
I've decided to have...
By the way, the only reason
is thanks to the air purifiers in the...
Don't lose hope now.
I've been thinking, and I was thinking, you only get strong. That sounds like something. No, which is why yeah!
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end. By the way, the only reason is thanks to the say whatever you want. If I die, in other words, as the communal life you've all been living.
Don't lose hope now.
I don't care either way. Actually, I may not look. Hell, no matter. Oh.
We won't give up. As long as there's hope, we'll never give up.
If I were to die, that would be the end. By the way, the only reason
You have to
is
just keep
thanks
doing
to
this
the
over and
say
over
whatever
again.
you want. If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all been. I can keep on living as long as all of you will have to. You'll have to go into the world outside.
Nothing,
where
I'm fine.
only
Just doing
death
this.
and despair.
I should have been saying stuff. Apologies.
Don't
I'm
lose
fine.
hope now.
Oh, mostly, at least. But yeah, hi. Just doing this.
What's the matter? You're not actually trying to... It never even crossed my mind. But don't misunderstand. I just have to keep my... Besides, the Togami family isn't dead. So until I can restore the Togami...
We won't give up. As long as there's hope.
Oh, also, by the
we'll
way, here's
never give up.
the intro theme playing again.
If I were to die, that would be the end.
I've decided to have...
By the way, the only reason is thanks to the say whatever you want. If I die, in other words, the communal life you've all. I can keep on living. All of you will have to. You'll have to go into the world outside.
I already said I would claim
the mastermind's...
So, what do you? Will you just die?
The last one you gotta do is Kyoko.
Don't lose hope
and
now.
also, neat introduction now, and it finally breaks, yeah.
I didn't really know my father, but even if we're just connected, he would never want us. I can't explain why. Just because we don't act, could it be? No. So, I don't think you wound up at this school because you had good luck or bad luck. I think you came here for a different reason entirely. You came here to bring down the ultimate. You came here to. And if that's true, I think we could call it.
What the heck?
The ultimate hope. Yo.
So uncool.
My controller died. My controller died. Okay, we should be good now. Exactly. But yeah, it's the ultimate hope. Those are gonna be popping up for a bit, but yeah, don't worry about it.
Your stupid faces, the stupid things you've said, the stupid way you all treat each other. It's all so uncool. So Shut up, shut up, shut up. Lame, lame, lame. You suck! What do you want? So uncool! You dare to stand against us? Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Your idiocy ends here.
You're gross. Suffer from despair.
I just love despair.
You suck! What do you want? So uncool!
Yeah.
You're unbearable.
Hope is a joke. Who are you?
Would you like to die?
Yeah, it's kind of long.
You're gross. Suffer from despair. Everything is pointless!
Despair into
hope keeps on going.
Yeah, this one's not even that bad.
I refuse to give up. I refuse to get I refuse to despair! Because all I have going for-
What's happening?
Final result, 122 medals, let's go.
It looks like we've reached the end. I think it may be time to vote.
We just gotta pull the
Good.
Let's put an end with our own.
Monokuma vote. Pop, pop, pop.
The hell?
Indeed.
You've lost, Junko.
I lost?
I lost me, no way. You still don't accept it? Even the ultimate despair itself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair. Viewers and me, by the way, I figured. Even the ultimate despair itself is vulnerable to the onslaught of despair.
What the heck?
But there's no use trying to fight it now. Well, that's just...
totally the best!
Huh?
So this is despair.
We came to the school 2 years ago, created an incredibly detailed plan. I even killed my own sister
And
for
now
it.
I...
To come this far and fail at the very end.
Despair.
It's the most ultimate despair. What are you talking
and now
about?
I...
Don't you see, I was so hopelessly desperate. I was bored of the world the moment I was born. This is why I've been looking forward to this so desperately. This once-in-a-lifetime experience. This is my first and last colossal despair here at my moment of death. To have the chance to taste of the highest grade despair of the utter failure of my dreams.
Despair.
I am so hopelessly happy right now. Wait, is she enjoying this? Anyway, so prepared to admit defeat. Either way, it doesn't change a thing. Outside is only despair, inside is only despair. No matter where you go, despair awaits you. That's not true.
Not possible.
You're wrong.
Don't make me repeat
Let me
myself.
tell you this right now. We no longer feel despair.
Okay.
Because we've decided to enter the outside world with hope. Yeah, Makoto totally seduced us over to his side. Everyone.
Hey.
You said that despair was contagious as any disease.
However.
But the same is true of hope. All you have to do is look at us to see how true that is.
No.
Stop it. Stop. I hate those faces you're making. See, those awful looks cause me nothing but pain.
There's one last
Fine.
thing.
Let me just say one last thing. If you guys want to go all hung up on the word hope, that's no skin off on my nose. But just be warned, from this moment on, one despair after another will stand in your way. No matter where you run, no matter where you hide, maybe you'll find some hope, but there is a very fine line dividing that hope from bitter despair. Knowing that, you still plan to cling to your hope. Of course, because
It's fine.
Shut up, it was a rhetorical question, you heard my monologue. I'm almost done though, so whatever. Because it's almost punishment time, right?
It can't be.
Do you really intend to go through with this? That was the agreement, right? Hold on, it's not like I want you to die, you don't have to.
Stop it! How many times do I have to tell you?
I can literally give me more hope at all. All I want now is taste of despair that you only get once in
Don't
life.
get in my way!
So this is how even a tenth of this I want I want the entire...
Okay.
Let's do this. I've reserved an extra Let's give it everything we've got.
It's punishment time! A little creepy. Junko has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Unique thing, well, they're not getting dragged away, they just walk. Creepy, indeed. The ultimate punishment. Okay. And that's how everything came to an end. The final class trial. Junko Enoshima, the ultimate despair. Life at Horrific Academy. It was all over. Chapter 6. Ultimate pain, ultimate suffering, ultimate despair, ultimate execution, ultimate death. The end. You received the Monokuma hair tie present. Yes, I will save and go to the epilogue. It is not that long. But even after saying it was all over, it's not like the building exploded or collapsed in on itself or anything. That wasn't the kind of ending waiting for us. Nothing changed. Well, with one exception. The air purifier was turned off, just like Junko said. They shut off immediately. That was the only difference. Goodbye, Despair High School. We left the courtroom and made our way to the main hall. We stood in front of the door. Nobody made a sound. I felt almost absent-minded. This was our epilogue before the final ending. We were stuck there in limbo, unmoving, unsure. But, in the end...
Hey.
We can't just stand around like this forever. At some point we need to leave. Nobody's surprised it was Kyoko who broke the silence.
Makoto.
Makoto, would you do the honors? Okay. As if awakened by Kyoko's word, I took out the object we'd gotten. Up until her moment of death, it had belonged to Junko, and in the end, she dropped it before us.
So,
But is that really it? Is that really the key to this door?
Indeed.
You don't have to read into what she said too much to find the answer.
If, on the other hand,
I will force you out.
In other words...
I will force you out, said the whole dropping that. It makes sense that she would be on, that this would be a way out of here. But you never know, maybe actually switch is going to make the school self-destruct. I mean, Junko never said so, please let us leave here alive.
It's true.
You may be right about that.
Yes.
But even so, it's impossible to think we wouldn't take our chances with it. Yeah, I guess that's true.
My beautiful
That's enough.
Please stop. That would be a greater horror than anything I've encountered so far. Anyway, don't worry. I'll have no doubt we'll be able to leave here, no problem. My charger thing fell out again. Okay. It's what happens after we get out that I'm worried about. But you know, in the end, I think part of me still thinks.
Serious?
Maybe when we get out of here, we'll see that everything you said about the wall was a lie. On the other side of the door is a world as peaceful as you remember. A lie, peaceful as you remember. No matter what it looks like, it's still our world. It's where we're meant to live. Yeah, I guess so. And how do I put this? Unlike this school, the world is really big, right? Isn't so big that I'm sure there must be some despair no matter what. But there'll also be lots of hope,
In
right?
other words...
The act of searching for hope and try to find it. That itself is the true meaning of hope. As long as you have that hope, you can keep moving forward, no matter what trouble you may fall into.
Am I wrong?
Is that what you meant, Makoto? Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. I don't need any of you to fill it out for me. You know, Junko mentioned there were still others out there who haven't cast away hope just yet. Maybe I should find them and make them work for me. To rebuild the world, we must first rebuild the Togami dynasty. I'll go with you. I'll follow you. You want to go?
You got it.
Well, my first stop was enemy's closest donut shop.
Hey.
Okay.
Could it be? How about that? Woo!
Makoto.
Well, I guess, but hey.
Hey guys! You guys...
You know how much I hate being annoyed. I can't guarantee I'll actually buy.
I might be able...
I can't say I'm sorry about what happened.
I guess we...
No way this turns out good. Huh. That's it. Welcome to the end of Danganronping. That's it. Yeah, you don't find out, and you never do. Ah, good. Okay. Yep. Yeah. Also, that is very sadly the last time we're gonna see any of these characters. Well, aside from the spin-off game, I don't have that, so I'm not playing it. It's probably better. Yeah. I liked them. Yeah, I think this game has the worst cast of characters though. Which, I mean, I think everything about this game, the other games just kind of, that is good, the other games just kind of did better. Well, I mean, characters are so subjective, obviously, but typically people are like, yeah, a lot of the other characters in the other games are far better. Because, like, you know, like, you kind of always have, like, there's, like, themes, right, where you have characters that are, like, because the games, while they are not directly connected to each other, yeah, while they're not directly connected to each other, they kind of repeat in cycles. If you get what I was like, if you understand what I'm saying, is that they repeat in cycles. Like, every third case has the same general premise. Every fifth case fucks with the way the trial system works. You know, there's something, you know, there's other stuff too, but that's all really weird. You know, there's similarities between all of the cases about what happens, and there's similar character archetypes too, and characters that are just like kind of parallels to each other. Parallels to other than some of the later games, and they're all like story elements that show back up, but a lot of them, the games are mostly, like 1 and 2 are kind of interconnected, but 3 is completely separate. It's completely separate, and it has no, and has zero connection to the other games at all. Because it was meant to end after 2, but but the developer was forced to make a third one by the company, so he made 3 and then said, I'm not making any more, and then that was it. But yeah, because he only wanted to make 2, which is a very common thing in Japanese stuff, where, well, they have with the Metal Gear games, it was only supposed to be 2 Metal Gear games, but there's now like 7 because they just kept forcing the person to make more. Yeah, I really like it. I think you like the other games probably even more so, because some of the other games have better supporting casts, I guess. Like, I think the second game has some incredibly good characters with, like, you know, the main character, you know, the other ultimate stuff like that, and some of the other characters were really good. Yeah, here in the other games, it's very common in Japanese games. But yeah, it's the second game's strange. There's other modes in this, but they're not really like important. Oh, what is this? Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was actually a credit sequence here. Akuma.
Interesting. Things are getting very interesting indeed. Like I said at the beginning, I'm not a teddy bear. I am Monokuma, and I am this school headmaster.
You received the Easter egg present, which is funny. Save the data, epilogue for the ending, yes. So there's bonuses here. There's also something that's called school mode. And school mode is like just the dating sim version of the game without any of the killing. So you can get all of the presents and skills and stuff. Yeah. But it's like a what if thing where there was no like killing. Where you get to talk to all the 15 students at the beginning, which is, you know, but you don't know. Like, obviously at that point you don't know that Murkuros and all that and stuff. But I should play that. I'm not gonna play that. But well, I have on my other profile, and it's okay, but it's kind of very boring. Like, a lot of the dialogue, aside from like Kyoko's, which is one I did in this one, are not very interesting, and are more just, in this game, a lot of them are more just, oh, it's like, a lot of them are lead ups to the murders, right? Where Celeste tells you about her dream to have a castle with like the vampire stuff, right? They're more just like, hey, I was, hanging out with this person, and we were having a good conversation and talk, but that person is the one who ends up killing them, like Chihiro's and Mondo's. They mentioned that they were exercising stuff together if you do that, but some of them just aren't that interesting, and some of them you can only get in school mode. Like, it's just supposed to be like, yeah, well, this is where I was, if you max me out at the beginning of the story, but some of it's whatever. But yeah, I had a really fun time doing that too. The second game is going to be fun as well. Yeah, they fixed that in second game. Second game has more stuff going on with it. They also made a novel that's in the second game. The second game also is like, all the main games have a theme, yeah. And again, this is one of the ones where it's like, this game's really good, but the other games are typically considered just improvements in every single way. It's, it's not as awkward to walk around the school. It has, better supporting characters, like, you like Hyoko and all that, but it has, better supporting characters, Byoko, Takuari, all of them are cool, but the other ones have, like, really good, like, actual more character development characters, like Aoi and Toko and Yasuhiro didn't really have character development. I wouldn't have played this on my own, so glad we did this, of course. So, I mean, I will still be awake if you want to talk, but I guess I gotta get off. Yeah, 3 looked cool. 3's a fucking trip. What do you mean, V3, or do you mean 3? Because how it works is that there's Danganronpa 1, there's Danganronpa 2, there's the anime version of Danganronpa 1, which isn't that good, and also spoils a lot of things for some of the later ones. Danganronpa 2, then there's Danganronpa 3. Yeah, Danganronpa 3 is the anime that's the prequel to 2 and the sequel to 1. Where it gives you more details about Kyoko, like them as adults and what they're doing. You get, then V3 is the game, and then there's also, oh, we talking about this? Yeah. And then there's Ultra Despair Girls, which is a first-person shooter. With, it's actually with, Toko. Yeah. And Ultra Despair Girls is actually with Toko and, Komuru Naegi, which is, Makoto Naegi's little sister. Where you get a lot of the, like, the more stuff about the background stuff that's going on that happens in the second game. It's kind of like, it's just like background. It's weird. It is weird that it is a first-person shooter. Also, apparently, like, there's a scene in it which is not allowed to be broadcast on Twitch, which is pretty epic. But there's some other stuff going on there as well. It's weird. I have not played it. I have a friend who played it, and he was like, I would not recommend it, honestly. It implies relations with a very young child, which is not okay. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited. Like, I'm definitely down to just start the second game tomorrow or something if you wish. I also need to check my phone because people probably be messaging me and shit. Yes, definitely people have. Oh, Japan, like. Maybe yes, okay. Well, I will still be up for probably the next, for about 8 hours, so, fine with that. Still be awake. See ya.